Yo, what's good? Another day. Another day. I don't know. I was trying to think something clever to. A clever quote. I don't know. But hello, everyone. Hello. Yes. Uh, Back with another Walk and Talk video. How about that? How about that? Been a while since last time. The last video we did. Mainly because it's just been a lot been going on since the last time, so to say. So I guess we can. I forgot. I can't have my finger here, so I have to hold it. Weirdly awkward. I actually had no idea how to hold this. I forgot how to do it. I don't know. Hopefully this is the thumb doesn't go in the camera. Anyway, I'm rambling too much. So, a lot of things has happened, so to say. I mean, technically not a whole lot to say, but for me it's a lot. But, well, we had our anniversary stream, which was during the 26th of April. And it was a huge success. I was very happy with it. Thank you once again, everybody who joined and participated. It was hella fun for me, and I hope you guys and gals had a great time as well. And the content that was produced as well. We had like lots to do. We did some marbles on stream. We did some amiibo tournament. Whoa! We did some Papa Ross, Falapa Ross segment. Is do some drawings, essentially. Which congratulations, Snippets, once again, for winning that. Good job for the raffle, and everyone else who won a bunch of games and merch, stuff like that. Congratulations. And also, of course, because it was a charity raffle, which means that, a huge thank you to you all who helped donate to the cause to Safe in Our World, which focuses on, mental health awareness and, spreading awareness of it, of course, as it is, and bringing out tools for those who are in need of it, and also helping make it within the the video game industry be like a safe environment for the employees and things like that. So I'm a huge advocate for mental health, and I think that's very cool and awesome because, well, I'm trying to get into the video game industry to study as a level designer. So yeah, so that's very important, very important for me to have a safe and good environment for things like that. So once again, thank you all so much for helping, donating to the cause and to the charity. We crushed that goal. Don't remember exactly. I think about maybe 150 pounds. I think something like that. I could be wrong. But it was oh shit. it was something like that. So what else really? Like I mentioned, I'm trying to study for level designing, so to say. And we're finally not only finished the portfolio, which I like after the anniversary stream, I spent all those. I think I had like a 2 weeks or so. I just do every single day those 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks, just not studying, so to say, but working on the portfolio every single of those days. And it's not like how to say it. it's not like I waited this whole time to like after the anniversary and then like, oh, now do the portfolio. No. I was already prepping and I was already doing the portfolio way ahead, like a month or so. I think 2 months in advance. So that's like basically how it was. Just prepping for that, both studying, but also prepping in terms of like, well, you know, what I need to do, things like that. Because there's a main task, and then a secondary task, so to say. I'm sorry if it's a little bit windy. Sorry. Try to find a good balance here. Good balance. But so mostly just practicing, preparing for that, and so I had like the idea of what I wanted to do for the main task, and for the secondary, I was also prepping, and I also posted on my Discord server the raw sketch, what I want to do, and yeah, I have a friend, Drake or Drake in English, I suppose, who is a level designer, and he went to the same school and to the same, you know, same program as well. So he helped me a lot to just, you know, not like, oh, this is what you need to do, or like, you should do this, you should do that. No, it's more like having me understand, because I kind of just need someone that I could talk to. Having a friend to bounce back and forth who has the knowledge and experience helps a lot. And with that, I was able to sorry, I was able to complete the main task, and that's all like, it's all my doing, so to say. Like, again, he didn't like tell me like really like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you know. Like, it's more like, okay, I threw an idea because I might be like, I don't understand this, like, so he helped me like kind of, you know, being like a teacher, so to say, like just like take it one step at a time. So they did like step by step, like I throw like an idea, it's like, oh yeah, that's an interesting idea, let's try to expand upon this, so on and so forth. So everything is, you know, my doing, with the portfolio and the things. And the main task was to do 2 drawings on pen and paper, and you know, it was max 2 pages, and then, you know, max 2 pages, 1 page per level that you need to draw. And so the first level needed to be a low tempo level, basically kind of meaning like, you know, walking simulator, you know, in a sense, or light puzzles, dialogue, you know, just something that's just very relaxed, exploration, whatever, but something that's very relaxed, just no action, things like that. It's just, you know, wander around, maybe do something here, maybe do something like that here, blah blah blah. And I did like a kind of like a space smuggler, although I didn't really specify that, but in the drawing, so to say. The concept was like, you know, you use space smuggler, and you need to enter like a club, go into the club, and but like the bouncer doesn't let you in, because you need credentials. And it's like, well, shit, I don't have the right credentials. And then it's like a shopkeeper nearby, giving us information and be like, well, you know, you help me, I help you, you know, so to say. You help me, bring some packages and I give you credentials to get into the club. So that's the idea of that. So you kind of like wander around collecting packages, and some of the packages are like hidden. So say basically it's like you just go in here and it's like, oh, it's under a chair or whatever. Some of them was like a light puzzle, like it was a monkey thief that like took a package and then ran away with it. So it's basically just kind of like just follow him into where he stops, and then you get the package. Things like that. And then, you know, once you collect the packages, you get the credentials, you get access to the club, over. So that's the light tempo. So it's like not much going on at all, so to say. Let's just wander back. And yeah. And then a high tempo one is something with action, Call of Duty, Sekiro, Dark Souls, whatever, you know. Shit happening, so to say. There's action. Or something is intense. And also the high tempo, low tempo, the high tempo levels, you know, you interpret it yourself what it means, low tempo, high tempo. Sorry. So they didn't tell you like, oh, it's action, or it's this or that. No, it's just you make your own judgment on what is low tempo, what is high tempo, and it kind of just makes sense for me. Like, oh yeah, makes sense. And so the high tempo made like a kind of like a Sekiro. Oh yeah, the two levels need to be in first-person perspective. But I made kind of like a Sekiro Ninja Gaiden kind of level. You being like a ninja. But in first person, so to say. And the levels just like get to point A to point B. You're supposed to like get to like a tower or whatever. And there's like different routes to the tower. It's like a traversal route, which only goes to like a certain point. Then it goes into either like a combat route, which you can do from all the way from the start, or you can do sneaking, which you can also do all the way from the start. And if you do sneaking, there's a lot of, you know, patrolling guards, stuff like that. If you're gonna do stealth, if it's combat, then it's like more enemies. They might not be patrolling as much, but they're static. Not necessarily static, but just there's more of them in the path you have to go through if you're doing the combat route. And I was happy because one point towards the end of the level, I made like a spawn closet. Basically meaning that, you know, a type of a thing, a door or a building where enemies spawn out from, so to say. Not indefinitely, but it's like, it just spawns a couple more enemies from this location. And I was happy to implement that. I was like, yeah, clever. So that's what I did. Very straightforward. And, you know, did a lot of attention to detail in terms of, you know, what does the environment look like? You know, forest and ocean, rivers, bridges, gates, or the barrels, or the crates, buildings, you know, things like that. Try to pay attention to the environment if you are, you know, first person perspective, like what does the player see when he's wandering around. Same with the low tempo as well. Yes. So that's what I did for main task. And then for the optional part, which is, again, well, is optional, you didn't have to do it, but I did regardless. And I did basically one of the level that I drew in my sketchbook, I make that into a level. But the issue was that you only had maximum 7 pages to utilize, and 2 of those pages were for the main task, which means for the option part you only had 5 pages to showcase anything. So I had to like not stripped down, but only like focus on certain parts of that level that I made in Unreal Engine. So like took screenshots or like specific like angle of a specific, well, not specific angle, but an angle specific to a room, or in a room or part of the level, so to say. Starting from the entrance, we showcase, like where you come from, and showcases also that there are two paths. And straight in front of you, you have a boss door, but like, obviously it's locked. You need to get the key or keys, so to say. And yeah, so there are like two paths you can go to explore. And I showcase like one of them is like, if you take this path, then you run across a locked door, but right next to it there's like a locked gate or like a fence. But you can see like behind the fence is a key, like a normal key. But it's like, well, I can't reach it. I can get to it, but I need to find a way to get to it, so to say. Which basically means that, well, do some more exploration, so to say. Which is like one another part. The showcase, if you go the other path, that will lead to the key. And once you obtain a key, the fences go down. You can go through there, so you don't have to go backtracking at all. You can just, fences go down. You can now go through and unlock the door. Once you go through that, there is a mini boss encounter, so you have to deal with that. And then after that, is quite a bit, no, not quite a bit, but a bit further ahead. There's like a puzzle area where there's like falling platforms or tiles, like crumbling tiles. So if you step on the wrong one, you like fall down to your death, which I indicated with a skeleton falling down. It's like, oh! And it's like rocks falling down underneath, indicating like, he fell through a cracked tile, and he's like, well, supposed to indicate that. And then, do some visual of like blood splatter and ashes and environmental stuff to showcase like where it's safe, where it's not safe. And then both in terms of like the mini boss encounter and the puzzle room are two halves of a boss key. So once you collect those, then you can now enter into the boss room and kill the boss. But I didn't have time, or not time, there's no space in making the boss room, because I have 5 pages, so I only took those were that were important, so to say. Yes, so that's what I did. It's all sent in, and let's go up and actually sit down for a little bit. Well, now we're here, sitting down for a little bit. Yeah. Trying to remember. Oh yeah. So we finished the portfolio. We sent in our application, which I did like 2 weeks ago. And last week I got like a notification, or even a little bit before that. Yeah, before that. I got like a message telling me that I don't have the correct degree of English, so to say, which really pissed me off. And also like various like, bruh, because technically like on paper, so to say, from my like high school degrees or whatever, like I don't have like the correct level, so to say. I'm like one step behind, or like whatever how you say it, one grade lower than what you're supposed to have when you apply for this school. But I was told last year by my job coach and some other people was like, yeah, no, don't worry about that. Just send in your like your my exam, how I say it, like my like university degree from when I graduated as a network technician, because there you had to like be fluent in English and blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, so I did that, but they didn't care. I was like, well, cool, awesome. So I basically like getting denied because I don't have the correct level of English, and then it's like, well, then all of my work here has been done for nothing. But thankfully, they sent like a new message to me, and it was like, hey, you know, even though you don't have it, we will give you the offer to do like an English proficiency test for that level. I was like, okay, oh well, at least that's something. But at the same time, I was like, shit. Not that I don't feel like I'm bad at English. I prefer speaking English rather than Swedish, to be honest. But it was just very scary because I was like, well, like the issue is not the English in itself; it's more like me misunderstanding because I have I learned this I can speak. I do have a learning disability specifically about, well, just understanding, like learning, so to say. So it does take me a lot of time to understand things academically, so to say, and learning new things as well. But it's more like if I read a text, it's like, well, I read it like this, but I'm pretty sure they mean completely different. So I kind of need help to, you know, have someone to like, you know, ask like, hey, can you help me to kind of rephrase this? Like what do you actually mean about this? Like, is it this or that? Because I interpret it like this, and they might interpret different. So at least if I like, let's say I take a test and I'm at a school, like at least like raise my hand and ask. Like, no, I don't want like an answer, of course, but it's more like you know, is this like what they mean or whatever? So I was really nervous about that because I don't want to like misunderstand and then fail because I did like something stupid, and then, you know, then I failed that, which means that I can't get in. But luckily, it was alright. The test was like an hour long. I only had like 1 hour on me, and it was like 43 questions, but they were pretty easy. But I was scared because I knew there was 2 that I fucked up on. Like afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, shit, I fucked up on these 2. Which then means like, oh, it just top was always like, well, if those 2 are wrong, well then the rest might be fucking wrong as well. So I was so nervous, so scared, and then they got back to me like a week later. And it's like, hey, you passed. I was like, oh fucking god, thank you. So that's over, thankfully. So now, let's say if I do get denied entry to the school because of my portfolio, well then I could take that L. That's okay. I will be upset, I'll be sad, of course, because I had to wait another year. But at least it's something that I can work upon. It's something like tangible. It's like, okay, English is like, what the fuck? If I fail that, it's like, well, bruh, this is stupid. But like portfolio-wise, like, okay, I understand that. So I can learn, get better, improve, and then crush it next time. But I do hope that I do get in, because I feel like I'm pretty proud and happy with what I succeeded and what I made from a portfolio. And funnily enough, when I sent in my portfolio, like I sent it in a day before the deadline, and after the deadline, which was 5th of May, after that deadline, then Monday of the coming week, they updated it to like 19th of May. I was like, bruh, what the fuck? But that means that there weren't that many people who really applied for it, which is good for me, because that means I have a higher chance to get in if it wasn't that many people who applied, because there's only 16 slots for that program that are available. So they will go by like, they will go by portfolio, and they'll go by point wise, like how good is the portfolio point wise. So obviously the highest ones, get first place spot wise, and then they go down the list of like point wise. So if your portfolio is shit, then it's like you have a low chance of getting in. At least you get low points, but still have a chance. So if my portfolio is shit, well, at least I hope I have a chance still, because of them extended the deadline of it because, well, no, they didn't say it obviously, but it was pretty obvious. Like, okay, if they extend it, then it must mean that there won't that many people play. So yeah, so that's what's been going on lately. Yes. Well, I don't have anything else really right now to talk about, bring up, so to say. But yeah, hope you all having a fantastic, wonderful day. Enjoy the sun while still out. Man, I feel so weird being like that person. It's sunny outside. You shouldn't be outside. You know, I don't know. Anyways, this video is fucking long as it is. So, regardless, so to say, y'all have a good day. Y'all take care of each other. Stay hydrated. And simply be as amazing as y'all are. Alright. Alright. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.